Today, we're going to discuss the intimate lives of our Founding Fathers. As much as we admire the U.S. Founding Fathers for leading the American Revolution and casting the Constitution, we frequently forget that numerous of these men also set up the time to carry on several affairs. They satisfied their sexual requirements, and they also tended to have unusual closeness. It seems that men in American politics have been scuffling with and intimately saying sorry for what they've done for longer that we flash back. The most intriguing launching father coitus fact ranged from run-of-the-shop affairs to what Governor Morris allegedly did with the Goliath bone, a choice that led to his early demise. Are these coitus tales from the men who innovated America as shocking as the numerous founding conspiracies? Do any of them change your mind about the stylish launching father? Watch the video and decide for yourself. Governor Morris passed away after sticking a Goliath bone into his masculinity. Governor Morris passed after succumbing to complications related to sticking a Goliath bone into his urethra. A long time impatient of gout and conceivably prostate cancer, Morris was having a delicate time urinating and tried to use the Goliath bone as a catheter. It didn't work. George Washington might have been infertile indeed, though he's known as the launching father. Substination suggests George Washington was unfit to become an actual father. Any picture of him with children and his stepchildren or cousins who did not have any of his own with Martha easily wasn't the problem. She gave birth to 4 children with her first hubby, Denal per Curtis. It's suspected that George was rendered infertile due to tuberculosis infection. Alexander Hamilton had a vertebly affair. Alexander Hamilton had one of the most public affairs of any of the Founding Fathers. While his woman was down for the summer, Hamilton set himself unfit to say no to the charming Maria Reynolds, and the two began an affair. Maria was wedded, and when her hubby returned, he demanded plutocrat from Hamilton Cloverleaf for keeping quiet. Still, Hamilton continued the affair. A pattern was established that went like this. Maria's hubby would leave. Maria would invite Hamilton over. Maria's hubby would return and demand plutocrat. Hamilton would pay. Repeating the situation got so serious that Hamilton ultimately had to advertise the affair to the public. Sorely, this had the consequence of disturbing not only Hamilton, but his woman as well. Both of them had to suffer because of it. Benjamin Franklin preferred older women. Benjamin frequently expressed his belief that aged women are the stylish option when you're looking for a worthwhile sexual mate. In his paper Advice to a Youthful Man on the Choice of a Doxy, Franklin wrote about how aged women were both more thankful to catch the eye of the youngish man, more educated when it came to giving down and dirty. He went on to write regarding what's below the belt. It's unsolvable to tell an old one from a youthful bone. Aged women are still a better idea than the youthful bones because they're much more educated than the youthful bones and know men more. Aged women are able of fulfilling all sexual solicitations of a man as they make the men comfortable, and the closeness is more important as compared to others. James Madison's lack of sexual desire drove his woman to another man. While Dolly Madison, James Madison's woman, is extensively known to conform to hyperactive woman-like beauty norms. As a Baxan woman with a mouth which was beautiful in shape and expression, James's figure was rather slight. He was 5 bases, 4 elevation, and counted only about 100 pounds. Dolly was reported to be 3 elevations higher than him and was absolutely beautiful. Her grace would put a man in pounds whenever she walked by. Although she was stunning, James supposedly didn't have importance of the interest in her. He was, after all, busy enough being the 4th chairman of the United States. His lack of erotogenic passion for his beautiful woman allegedly caused her to seek the company of other men. This was a veritably natural move because everyone has their sexual solicitations. And if their mate cannot fulfill their sexual solicitations, also people change their mate in order to get a perfect mate for them. George Washington was in love with someone other than his woman. By all accounts, George Washington's woman Martha sounded perfect and sounded made for each other. George hereat belonged to another, the beautiful Sally Fairfax. The two grew up together, and Fairfax tutored Washington everything he demanded to know about high society. Indeed, though he loved her, he could not no way be with her. He came from a middle-class parenting while she came from a far-fat family. Still, the different background didn't stop Washington from the relationship with Fairfax. Indeed, when he was engaged to Martha, Washington told Fairfax how important he loved her and wanted to be with her. The stylish part about this relationship is all these effects didn't stop them from loving each other, and they took their commitment with them in all aspects. He gave her more preference than his woman.